So I want to go back to how you say you do events, and I think
Hmm.
that this is a great tactic for client retention. But
Hmm.
I think maybe a lot of agents, especially if you have a larger book like yourself, are
Hmm.
afraid that if they throw an event, that their entire clientele is going to show up and they're going to be like, "Holy crap, this costs a lot of money." So let's kind of at least undo those
Yeah,
fears. What would you
yeah.
say on average when you throw an event? On average,
Hmm.
how many people actually end up showing up to the party?
Well, I do my events locally here in Greeley, but I have, clients mostly in Northern Colorado, but not everybody's in Greeley. But I'll say,
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me today on today's podcast. I'm so excited to have my special guest, Valeria Ortiz. She is a top producer out of Northern Colorado who is quickly scaling up the ranks. She actually started as an internal agent for United Healthcare for 5 years, and that's how she really got to learn the ropes of this business. And in 1 year of being an independent agent, has already accumulated 600 clients and growing. So thank you so much, Valeria, for being on this podcast. I'm excited to really dig into how you reach these feats and some other great topics we're going to go over.
yeah, well, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Eric. You're amazing. I've been watching you, and I really like all the things that you're doing. So it's an honor to be here.
Well, thank you so much. I'm really excited because one of the things from the time that we spent, I think it was at 8% Nation actually, where I first met you in person. We got to
Yeah.
spend some time and I got to talk to you a little bit about your business and what you've been focused on. And in Northern Colorado, you're actually focused in the Hispanic market, the Latino market,
Yeah.
but also you have a strong emphasis in the low income market.
Yes.
So I wanted to kind of see, was that a natural thing where that's just kind of the surroundings that you're in, or did you specifically want to go after that market?
Well, honestly, because I moved here from Puerto Rico, so straight from the island to Greeley, Colorado, the northern area. Um, I think it's both. So it's a huge population here of low income and dual and Latino community here. But I also kind of, once I got into that market, I noticed how much need there is for them to understand this, to get, take advantage of everything they can from Medicare plans and all of that. And I kind of, it gave me that passion of working with them because I really enjoy seeing people, that don't know anything. Some of them don't even know how to read. And by me explaining them, hey, this is what you can do. You can have insurance for this and they'll help you. You don't have to pay 20% of everything, all that stuff. It really caught me into that passion of helping that community. So I stay there, and I mean I do also non-dual, low income, but that's just where I started. So yeah.
No, and that's, it's a severely underserved market. And it's actually how, when I first started getting the business, that's actually what I was doing. Was I was in the dual eligible market in the Spanish
Yeah.
market, going and doing Spanish presentations. And I did
Mhm.
quickly see how much of a need they had for good insurance agents who can give them a quality education on what they were choosing and what their options were. So
Mhm.
kudos to you for stepping up to that plate and really obviously making an impact. Because again, yeah, as we were talking earlier, I knowing your backstory, where you say, you came from starting at zero to
Mhm.
where you are right now. That's a huge feat. So what would
Yeah.
you say, some of the things that you can help others to try to, I don't want to say shortcut, because I don't know that there's
Mhm.
really shortcuts in business, but there are different things that you can do to help avoid pitfalls. So maybe you can kind of talk to that, because starting from nothing to where you are now is, like I said, an amazing feat. So what are some, I guess, shortcuts you could give people about how to find the success you've been finding?
I guess it's a matter of finding that passion, whatever it is that gives you that motivation to do this. I don't know. I think I found myself like teaching others and seeing how I can help. It's really what's driving me into my success, because I really care about the member. And some of us see all the money that maybe the big people over there is making, and that's amazing. But if you focus on the money, it's not really gonna it's gonna be harder,
Of
because
course.
my first year I made like $2,000, in the whole year. So, but I was everywhere. I was participating in every single event, networking everywhere, helping everywhere, volunteering. I mean, everything I could do to put myself out there. So it's really finding that passion of helping. It doesn't matter what type of community you serve, but if they see in you, I think that's something that you don't have to say it. They'll see that you're really caring and that you help and that you are there to help and make sure they have everything they need. They're going to trust you. They're going to bring more people. And right now I can say proudly that my business run out of referrals. I don't do a lot of marketing. My marketing is more because I'm like, oh, I want to put my logo here in the King Supers carts,
Yeah.
but it's not really what's bringing me new business is my own members sending me everybody they know.
Yeah.
So it's I think that's the secret here is just to really finding that passion of helping and focusing on how it can help you. I have been multiple times with members that they or clients that they have everything they need. There's nothing I need to do. And I'm like, thank you. I even review their plan and they're not my members. They're not my clients. I don't get money. I don't get paid for that, but I review everything. This is what you have. This is what you need. This is how you do it. Thank you for coming to my office. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
And they really appreciate that. So sometimes it's changing that focus of, oh, I want to make this amount of money to I want to help this amount of people. So that really it's my focus when I do
Yeah,
things.
I think that radiates because when really that is your passion is to help people, it shines through and they're attracted to that. That's really what it is. It's an attractive quality that people are like, I want to work with her because I can tell she's the real deal. She's not just trying to write an app or get some commission. She wants to make sure that I'm taken care of. So
Yeah.
I think that as a result of the passion you have for helping people, it's like you
Mhm.
said, when you first started, you were everywhere. You didn't care. And again, obviously, like you said, the money wasn't there immediately, but
Right.
because you kept serving and you kept showing up,
Yeah.
that's how people got to know you. And now I've seen that, you've been doing radio spots, you've been doing TV spots. You're
Yeah.
definitely getting a lot of notice out there in Colorado because of
Yeah.
how all the work you put in the first place. So
Yeah.
I would say that another big thing people have an issue with when they're serving the low income market though is retention,
Mhm.
because you notice that that's one of the, I don't know if I want to call it low hanging fruit, but a lot
Mhm.
of times when someone new is getting into the marketplace, they want to go work at soup kitchens and volunteer there because they know they can run into people that they can write dual eligible plans on and stuff like that. But then the problem is they don't keep them that long and end up getting chargebacks, or even if they don't, they only keep them for a year and then the
Mhm.
client's gone. Now that
Mhm.
you've been in the Medicare market for 6 years,
Mhm.
from what you've seen, what would you say are some good pointers to help
Mhm.
retain these clients year after year?
Yeah, and it's fair to think about that. I think I have some managers that are like, you can't have everything dual. You need to have other things because duals can change, and yeah, it's a risky market. But I'll say it's really that relationship you build with your clients. I talk clear as I can to my clients, and I say, hey, if you want to keep me as your agent, you better don't talk to anybody else. You better don't enroll in anything else because not everybody wants the best for you. And I'm here to help you. So I just tell them the truth. This is how it is. And I get paid to help you. Yes, I get paid to help you. But if you switch out of to another agent, you're going to have to work with that person. Don't come here calling me if you go enroll with somebody else. So I'm very clear with my clients and they love it. I mean, it's my personality and they love it. And a lot of them come back when they switch to something else. They're like, I don't know what I did. I don't know. Help me here. I received this card. I don't even know. And I'm like, okay, this is what happens. Stop answering the phone calls. um, and even with that, I'm clear with them. Hey, this other agent enroll you in this other plan. This is the benefits of this plan. Do you like it? If you're okay with that, stay there. You don't have to come back to whatever I had you before. but this is what I have. So you tell me what you want to do. And they're like, no, I want to be with you. A lot of them. I think 99% of them or 100% of them.
See,
So
let me just say real quick that that's a big
yeah.
deal, what you're saying right there, because a lot of agents would just immediately say, oh, you messed up. You went to another plan. Just let me get you signed back on mine so that we're good to go.
Mhm.
You're basically saying, you know what? Maybe that agent did find you something that was better. Let's review it.
Mhm.
See if you like it. If you do, then
Exactly.
we're still friends, but that's your new agent. That's a
Yeah.
big deal. A lot of agents don't do that.
Yeah, and I do it all the time. Hey, you have this XYZ plan. It has these type of benefits. It has even more dental. I mean, what do you want? No, I want to be with you. Okay, So, but I let them, and I think that's something that helps. And that's why they trust me so much because I'm super clear with them and honest, and this is what it is. So some of them do change and they even come and apologize. Hey, I wanted to try that other thing. I'm like, it's okay. And that's one of the reasons why I switched to be a broker because I was doing only one company for a long time and I know there's a lot of options out there. And it was in the best interest for my members to have everything for them because they want to keep me, but they want to have this other plan. So that's why I did it. And now they're super happy. They're all coming back and switching back with me. But another thing I would say with the dual or the low income community is you have to go above and beyond a lot of times with them. Like I said before, a lot of my clients don't know how to read, or they know how to read but they don't understand the letters. So it's kind of like you have to really do a little bit more work because it's a lot of them are gonna come to you asking the same question 20 times. So it's a matter of having that passion and that patience with them.
Yeah.
And also teaching them how to do things by themselves. So hey, this is the phone number. Let me save in your phone the customer service phone number so you
Yeah.
can call if you have a question. Or if you don't know what the letter is about, send me a picture. You don't have to come to the office. You can just send me a picture. I'll review it and tell you what it is. And that kind of keeps me, but I'm a mom, so I'm like this with my clients. So I don't know. It's just
You're a nurturer. It's a nurturing instinct
yeah.
that you have.
So
You're
I
trying to
think
take care of
that
your
really
clients.
helps, and it helps
Yeah,
with
for
them
sure.
to stay. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that the really, really cool thing about the Latino market is that when you take that time to go the extra mile with them, we're networkers. And so we're going to tell everybody, hey, Valeria took really good care of me. You need to go ahead and call her. And that's why, because again, all the stuff you're doing, it pays huge dividends, which is why you're not really having to invest heavily in leads. You have just
Mhm.
referral after referral because you take such good care of your
Yeah.
clients. So again,
Yeah.
big hats off. And I think that there's a lot of us who could probably do a little bit
Mhm.
more of that
Yeah.
nurturing with our
Mhm.
clients to be able to earn those referrals. That's really what you're doing.
Yeah. And another thing that works for me, I do a lot of events for my members. I mean, not a lot, but maybe two or three in a year. So I do Christmas party and they come and it's just a quick get together. This last time with the Puerto Rican food, so they were all happy about it. We did, and during COVID time, we did the drive-through. So I give them some tres leches and cookies. So I always stay there for them. I even bought a bunch of toilet paper and say, hey, I have in my office if you need, come
Oh,
here.
during the crazy when the
Yeah,
pandemic
during the
was happening.
pandemic. Yeah.
That's
Um,
awesome.
so it's always keep in touch with them and do things like that because if they see your face and they remember you, they're not gonna leave. They're gonna know you're there.
Yeah.
And especially now, there's so many people calling and switching them or sending letters. They're super creative and hey, sign here and we'll help you. And it's just a matter of educating them. Hey, this is not wrong. It's not, it's something that you're getting all this advertisement, but just keep in mind, if you sign that, if you call there as other agent, it's not going to be me. So just a matter of teaching them how it works. So they know if they want to stay with you as an agent, they have to always call you. So
I want to go back to how you say you do events. And I think
mhm,
that this is a great tactic for client retention. But
mhm,
I think maybe a lot of agents, especially if you have a larger book like yourself, are
mhm.
afraid that if they throw an event that their entire clientele is going to show up and they're going to be like, holy crap, this costs a lot of money. So let's kind of at least undo those
Yeah.
fears. What would you
Yeah.
say on average when you throw an event? On average,
Mhm.
how many people actually end up showing up to the party?
Well, I do my events locally here in Greeley, but I have, clients mostly in Northern Colorado, but not everybody's in Greeley. But I'll say 50 members out of the 600 come.
That's
Always the
awesome.
same people. It's always the same people. But then a lot of them, it's like, I'm sorry, I couldn't make it, but I thank you so much for inviting me. I'm out of town, or I'm sick, or I'm not comfortable being meeting with people. So, but they know you did something, even if they don't show up. It's
That's it.
like, okay, that's cool. You did it. Thank you so much. But I can't go, but thank you, So they appreciate that.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's it right there, is that they're going to see that you still
Hmm.
did invite them, and they're going to be like, wow, that's awesome that my agent was
Hmm.
inviting me and throwing this party that does it 3 or 4 times a year. That's a really
Yeah.
cool thing. So I just want to encourage a lot of agents out there to
Yeah.
consider doing the same thing, because it's a great retention tactic,
Yeah.
not only from the standpoint of they see you're doing extra for them, but it's more
Hmm.
face-to-face time as well for those who show
Exactly.
up. That builds an even stronger bond. And again, goes back to more referrals, because they'd be like,
Yeah.
Valeria throws
Exactly.
parties. Let's have fun. We're gonna go bailar
Yeah.
and have a
No,
good time.
I know. And I always add in my invite, bring a friend, membership is not required. So some of them bring people with them.
That's
So
cool.
it's cool. And I take advantage of them. So before COVID, now it's a little more restricted, but before COVID, I used to do like every quarter something for them. And I used to do like over the counter benefit order party. So everybody come and we do make the over the counter orders.
Oh,
So it's kind
cool.
of like to help them use their benefits. Every
Yes.
time I do something, they're gonna refresh. Hey, remember you have this? Remember you have vision, hearing? Because a lot of them don't remember. They have vision, hearing, all that stuff. Um, and then, but this last party was more Christmas, so we just did like a Christmas lunch.
Yeah.
And I also did it for like it was like 5 hours, so not everybody has to come at the same time, and it's kind of easier. And I
That's
really didn't
cool.
spend a lot of money. I did it. I mean, I have my office, but before that, I used to do it in the library. It's free. You just
Yeah.
rent the room and do it. So
So would you say the majority of your clientele, are they people who come into your office, or people that you just sell over the phone?
no, they come into my office, most of
Okay.
them. Mhm.
Yeah, because I think that there is a huge population that still wants to have that face-to-face interaction. Although there is a lot of people who are more than happy to enroll over the phone, there's still so
Mhm.
many that want to come face-to-face.
Yeah.
What do you think? Because one of the things I kind of want to talk about as well is you're considering expanding your operation to
Mhm.
another state as well,
Mhm. Yeah.
right? Are we okay to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, that's okay.
So with you wanting to expand to another state,
Mhm.
and the ones in Colorado so used to seeing you face to face, what's your plan to start transitioning them to having to do more over the phone?
Okay, so first of all, I won't just leave. I'll be back and forth. I don't think I'm gonna let them know, because I think it kind of freaks them out if I say I'm leaving, I'm moving. So I don't think I'm gonna let them know. I think I'll be just having someone, my assistant here locally to assist for those that need me to read their letters or things like that, because I do that a lot. And also having someone here available to do a Zoom call. They
Mhm.
can have my computer there and talk to me over Zoom. I think that's the best way I can do it, and then come here every once in a while, come back and forth, because they want to see me. A lot of
Yeah.
my, especially the Latino community, they don't like phone calls, they don't like video call, they want to see me. So,
Yeah.
but they're so loyal to me that I know if I say, hey, I'll be there the last week of the month, they're gonna come the last week of the month.
Yeah.
So it's just that. But having always somebody at least there, hey, I'm not there, but this person will be there to help you part-time in the morning. Just stop by, she'll send me whatever you need, and that it's my plan to see how that works. Because I mean, especially now during the special enrollment, I'm not super busy like open enrollment. So
Right.
it's just a matter of organizing everybody to just 1 week.
So you had mentioned that you have an assistant that can step up and help you in that arena, especially
Yeah.
manning the office while you're somewhere else.
Yeah.
At what point, like how many clients did you have before you decided, This is kind of a lot. I might need to get an assistant to start helping me out so that I can manage it better.
Yeah, well, I'm a control freak, so I learned the hard way, unfortunately. Oh my God, after 300 members, I was already crazy. But I didn't want to. I'm like, no, I can do this. But yeah, it was about time because I couldn't even answer my phone. I mean, it was horrible. It is, and I'm still in the process because I want to do everything. Everything needs to be perfect. So,
Yeah, I understand
so,
that.
but of course, I'm not. My business is struggling a little bit because I'm so busy answering phone calls from members that I can't build more business or, grow because I'm stuck with all the 600 members, calling and requiring something from me. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think after 200, 300, you need somebody. It's especially if you work with the Latino community or because Anglos, they don't call a lot. They call maybe once in a year. But my Latino community, they do call me every day for every so, they call me just to talk sometimes, like, oh,
Yeah.
I just want to see, I saw your Facebook, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But and they know I'm busy. They know that. And it's my voicemail. Huh? I'm busy. I'll call you, but
Yeah.
but don't spend a call in the same day.
How
But
did you how did you do that though, in terms of, because there's a lot of people who watch that are also in the same boat. They're control freaks. Things have to be
mhm,
perfect. It's very hard to delegate tasks to other people. So I mean, was it just out of pure desperation that you
mhm.
needed to do that, or was there some kind of mental shift that happened where you say, you know what, I know this has to happen, so at least maybe to start, I'm going to delegate these tasks to begin, and I'm comfortable with that. And if so, what are the tasks that you were comfortable with delegating to your new secretary?
Yeah, so I'll say I was both like desperation mostly, because I was struggling in a lot of things, and it was also affecting me my personal life because I was so busy with my phone calls and clients and members wanting to see me and all that stuff that I was also kind of not being with my family or
Mm,
working longer and I did the math and it's like, okay, I can pay for this person and I'll release 5 hours of my day,
oh, that's big.
um, it's huge. And I gotta say, going to trainings like what you offer, going to the 8% or these big events, you see how big you can get. But if you alone, it's impossible. It's
Yeah.
impossible
Yeah,
to
you
do it
can only
alone.
grow so much on your own.
Yeah. So that helped me also open my eyes and see, wait, I want to be bigger. I want to help more people, but it can't just be me.
Yeah.
So that helped kind of did that. Now, the things that I or the tasks that I'm giving to my secretary, it's mostly member retention, mostly member services. I don't want her dealing with new clients because I don't trust that yet.
Yeah.
Yes, she set up appointment for me, so everybody that calls, she set up appointments. But also, like if it's a member and they need to order a new member ID or they need to read a letter, whatever, that she handles all that stuff. And also answering my emails, because I do struggle with keeping track with all my emails. um, let's see what else.
But
Also,
ideally,
mhm,
it sounds like what you're doing is a lot of the more menial tasks you're assigning to
mhm,
her so
yeah,
that you can free up the time to do what your money making business, which is selling, getting new clients.
exactly,
So, I mean,
exactly.
since bringing her on, have you seen that you've started to free up more time where you're able to start bringing on more new clients?
Oh yes, and she's keeping me so busy because I'm like relax, and next day I check my calendar and she has like 5 appointments. I'm like, oh, okay, I have to work. So that also helps, because I gotta be honest, when you have your own business, it's sometimes it's hard to stay disciplined. It's hard because it's your own thing. You're like, we'll take Wednesday off, I don't need to work, or maybe tomorrow I'll call them. And when you have somebody there that is answering your phone and scheduling people with you, and hey, you have this event and you have this and you have that, and telling you, hey, this client needs to talk to you, did you call? It's like kind of like gives you that pressure of you have to work. So that helps too, with that part to kind of stay busy.
Yeah, that's a great, and that's also another great tip, because so many of us do struggle with the discipline side of things. Now, obviously, you know, there are a lot of people who don't, but for those who do struggle with it, having an admin who can start basically booking your appointments for you, making sure you're busy throughout the day, it is like a form of accountability that you have so that you keep working and stay growing.
Yeah, that's true. It is. Yeah.
So what do you think is, you know, what are your plans then, you know, in terms of your expansion? Do you look to, when you move to a new state, do you look to also build a book there, along with continuing to grow your book in Colorado?
Yes, that's my plan. I want to expand, but I want to continue with the Colorado area, because I'm the only one where I live. I am the only one that speaks Spanish doing this full time. So I really have that commitment with my community here, because I'm like, they need me. And they, you know, everybody needs the help with this. Yeah. So I don't want to just leave it, but my plan is also to find those areas where I'm going to move and then help them as well. So I think that really motivates me to be in some place that there's nobody else, you know, there's no help. It can be a remote area, but I want to be there. I want to be there when I work where there's nobody, because it's when people tend to be more loyal, because when you go to those areas, they don't even knew there were agents doing this, you know, they don't even know there's help. So it really motivates me to go into those areas that nobody wants to work with. So I've been in a lot of scary places sometimes. And my kids are like, Mom, you need to have pepper spray or something. But I'm like, no, I'm okay. And it really brings a lot of referrals, because she's the only one here, so everybody like wants to talk to me. So it's amazing, and I like that.
Definitely easier to dominate a market when it's a very low served market, and again, it's fitting your niche, which is going to be, you know, you're looking and hunting for more of the Latin communities that are underserved. That's awesome. Like I said, I think there's a lot of great takeaways that we've just talked about in this short 30 minutes. You know, a lot of great takeaways with retention, with how to serve the markets better, how to grow, how to release some of the you know, some of the things we hold on to real tightly with trying to be perfectionists. But I think that you're doing an amazing job for the growth you've had in 1 year. People can only dream of, and I can only imagine what this 2022 is going to do for you and beyond. So I'll definitely be keeping an eye out and watching your growth, and we'll have to have another great conversation as time goes on, because I'm sure you're going to learn some awesome things along the way, and we're going to be able to share that here on the interview. So do you have any, I guess, parting words that you'd like to say to everybody before we wrap up the show today?
I want to say to those that are starting, stay there, you know, don't freak out. It's going to be okay. There's a lot of people that need you. So just find that passion, find that motivates you every day, and start helping people. Forget about the money, forget about commission, forget about how many sales I can make in a month. Don't think about that. Just think about how many people you can help, and how that your work is going to really change those people's lives. Because what we do, it's amazing. And what we do really changed people's lives. And it's in your hands to just help the community, the senior community, and just find that it's really the secret to do this and be successful.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Valeria, again, for being on today. I've been really excited that you had the time to join us, and I look forward to talking to you soon. And everyone else, we'll see you guys on the next video. Take care. Hey, thanks for watching the podcast. If you like the content, please hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you can get notified when more new content comes out. We'll see you on the next one.